inappropriate attire and taking it solo.
On this episode of Simply Necessary Conversations.
So I was scrolling through TikTok, and that's where I find most of our trending topics. And I saw this lady going on a full-blown rant about people wearing inappropriate outfits to theme parks. And her point was, yes, it's Florida most of the time. A lot of the popular theme parks are in Florida. And yes, you're outside having fun. You might be with your group of friends, but maybe you don't wear booty shorts to Disney because there's kids around. Or maybe you don't wear the popular bubble skirts or the tight spandex when there's going to be like little boys and girls looking at you all day. And some people were saying that she was right, and other people were saying that they don't have kids. F them kids, that's not their problem, So what do you think?
I agree with both arguments. First of all, I personally, and I know I'm old and everything, so save your comments and, whatever you're going to say. I don't understand booty shorts, unless you're at the beach or somewhere where you're supposed to be half naked. I don't understand booty shorts in that I don't understand wanting to sit and be in public places with your behind out. I would not want to sit on a chair with booty shorts on that wasn't in my house or wasn't I wouldn't want to do that. And then it's nasty to have to come behind somebody that has sat with their naked behind on something, and then you got to sit on it. And I feel like that's how germs and diseases and stuff get spread, because why is your behind out? Now, short shorts, if you got the figure for it, you small enough for them, whatever, like you feel good and confident in your body, whatever. Yeah. But booty shorts, and when I say booty shorts, I mean your behind
the ones where
cheeks.
You see some
parts that should be covered by your underwear are hanging out. I don't understand. I don't get that. That's not my jam. Like, I can't. So I agree with whoever the person is on that. You should not be wearing booty shorts anywhere other than the beach or somewhere where you're supposed to be half naked. And there are kids around. But I also understand if you don't have kids, you shouldn't have to censor how you dress because other people have kids, because it's a public place. Yeah. So, I feel like you should be reasonably covered. Anything that would not cover where your underwear would cover, I don't think that should be out. But other than that, people can wear whatever they want to. Am I going to like everything everybody wears? No. Yeah. But at the same time, they have a right to dress how they want to.
I feel like modesty can be subjective, because what I think is modest is not what somebody else thinks is modest. Because, I don't wear booty shorts, but I love a good crop top. Mm-hmm. So it depends on, what you think is modest. So you can't really make a rule saying that in order to be deemed a good person, you have to wear this when you go to a theme park. Yeah. But we can also use some common sense. And why would you want to walk like that? This isn't the club. Like, why would you want to walk around in a place where there's going to be a bunch of minors? Yeah. To me, it seems a little predatory to know you're going to be around. Like, there's a time, like, you wouldn't wear certain things to a kid's birthday party. And the same kind of applies to theme parks. I know theme parks are just not for the kids. I'm a self-acclaimed Disney adult myself, so I know sometimes you don't care about other people's kids. Yeah. You want to see the parade too. But you should also be mindful of your surroundings.
I'm going to push back, though, on the spandex. Athleisure is like...
No, I'm saying, like, there's spandex, like normal regular spandex, and then there's like the booty shorts that tight, and you can see the imprint of some things. Because I'm gonna wear me some
I'm
talking about when
when
the girlies decide they're not gonna wear underwear type situation with spandex.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, a skimps situation.
It's I think just use some common sense and use some common decency. You don't have to dress for other people's approval. You don't have to dress to make other people comfortable with their kids, even though I would try as best I could not to wear anything that would be inappropriate around kids. But the booty short thing, like, I just don't get them. And I'm going to just go on and say, I feel like, how is that comfortable? Because I see some of them, and based on the fact that I'm seeing your booty, that lets me know you're not wearing underwear, so the stitching on them jean shorts ain't giving you a problem. What's
to
up?
Me, it just looks nasty. It looks like you don't take a bath.
Some of those same people would be the people that argue that they wear their jeans or they wear whatever more than once before they wash them. So they've been molesting you for hours all day long, and you taking them off and putting them back on. I'ma call foul on that.
It's a look.
I'ma call foul on that.
It's just the pH balances are not like it's just not. It's just
I don't get it. And then what really I always wonder when I see a female with the inappropriate attire on and she's with a male, it's like, is he sanctioning, like, is he co-signing that he likes you doing that, or is he embarrassed and don't want to tell you?
Is some of y'all are gonna feel triggered by what I'm about to say, but get over it because it's my opinion. I think to a certain extent, your man should have some veto power over some of these outfits.
Well, if not even veto power, he should say, hey, save that for when we are alone.
My man is letting me walk around in booty shorts, and now I'm wondering, well, do you care about me?
Yeah.
Do you care if other people are looking at me? Like, they're not policing what you're wearing, but just saying, I don't think this is appropriate, or I feel like this is a little bit much. And it goes both ways.
I think if there are certain parts of your anatomy that should be reserved for you and the Lord and your significant other, and other people should never see those parts of you. Now, you know, I'm gonna wear me a bodycon dress because, hey, it is what it is. But I'm gonna be covered up, and I'm not gonna have parts of me out
and
that are
not
time
supposed
and a
to be
place.
out. There's just like when we were talking about the women that were wearing the office siren outfit. Like there's a time and a place
for everything.
Be appropriate. Be mindful that kids might be around. You don't want the little boy saying, "Oh, mommy, why is her booty out?" Like,
or
that's
even
just so...
you know, I always question when I see adult women wearing stuff in environments where they know that they're going to be young boys. It's like you know where you was coming. Why did you? Like, why? And did you
it's giving you want the unsolicited attention and the stares and then they're gonna be like, oh, she's just jealous because she don't look like me. No, I'm wondering why you're naked outside.
Yeah, like no, never gave jealous. Just like I'm like I said, I don't want to sit where your naked behind just was. I
and
don't
not
want
too
to.
Like everybody at these theme parks is like when y'all pull up to Epic Universe, have some it's a new park. Don't dirty it up. Don't funk it up yet.
Yeah. Anyway, but you know, it used to be really bad. I haven't I guess we don't go as much, but I haven't been seeing. I think at one point in time, maybe Disney specifically cracked down on inappropriate attire. I don't know.
Disney cracked down on you can't wear a bra or you can't dress up like a character, but in turn, that's pretty much it. So I don't know how, and I know Universal I don't think has cracked down on. Busch Gardens definitely hadn't cracked down on nothing.
Yeah.
So it depends on what park you're going to, what they say about your dress code. But I mean, with it being in Florida, it's hard to tell people what to wear hot, because it is sometimes it's literally 100 degrees outside.
But you know what? Believe it or not, experts have said that when it's hot like that, you are going to be cooler if you wear light colors, light fabrics, breathable fabrics, and cover up versus having your skin exposed. Because when your skin is exposed, it's getting that direct heat and direct sunlight, where if there's some type of covering, lightweight covering or whatever, you're not going to be as hot. I don't know. Yeah, but
then you're going to have some really weird tan lines.
I don't know. Well, it is what it is. But I just say if it's something that your underwear should be covering, we should not be seeing it out in the public. Unless you're at the beach and then you wear what you want to wear at the beach.
And even at the beach, some of these bathing suits are getting very out of hand.
I'm going to be more conservative than most.
Because some of these beach outfits, I'm seeing under boob and full cheek. And it's just like, it's too much. Go to a nudist beach.
If I go to the beach, I expect to just see whatever because I know that's what's going to happen. Like, I expect that at the beach.
You do see an array of things. But moving on, so let me put y'all on. We found a new little favorite brunch spot. Most of the time when we do this podcast, we go out to eat after because it's usually like a weekend morning. And we went to Daily Eats, which is in Tampa. It's really close to here. It was, a 5-minute drive? Mm-hmm. And the service was excellent.
It was.
The food was good. Our server gave us a Captain Crunch French toast.
Yeah, she wanted us to try it. She was prompt. She gave good suggestions. The portions were good. Yeah. The food tasted good, and she was attentive because at one point in time, I think you dropped a fork, and I did, and I turned to say to her, and she already had one in her hand. She was on it,
so and she was just like, before we get in, she was just like, "Oh, here you go."
Yeah,
and it was just like,
she
okay.
Was good.
And even we did have to wait because it was one of those restaurants because it's so popular and because they have reasonable prices but good food. Mm-hmm. A lot of people, like a lot of tourists and stuff, obviously were going there. And it was a very dinerish, homey feel because it's like I think it was built. It looked like in a house, maybe, or like built. I don't know. It seemed to have like the floor plan seemed to be like if you were entering somebody's living room, and there was kind of different rooms to separate.
It gave
off.
Diner / house.
Yeah. But it was a vibe. It was a good experience, and it's in a easy to find area. Not expensive.
Yeah.
There was actually parking. There was free parking, which is a steal in Tampa because these days you got to pay $25 to eat at your favorite spot.
Oh my gosh.
But it was good food. I would recommend.
And it was really filling. Go back there. Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't like small portion size because some good restaurants give you like 2 ounces of food, but it was actually really good portion sizing. But what had happened was. So I was scrolling, and I found this to be of interest because I've been talking about traveling, and I've been talking about like traveling while dating and like how all that works and how like I want to go a lot of places, but like I want you to go and I want my boyfriend to go and I want my friends like, and it's just like, a lot. But I saw this girl post solo traveling to 15 countries without my boyfriend because I don't put my life on hold for anyone. And people were in the comments saying, like, you go, girl. And then there also was people in the comments saying, like, oh, you are a terrible human being and a terrible girlfriend. So do you think that she was being a bad girlfriend, or do you think that she was just living her life?
I don't think she was a bad girlfriend as long as her significant other is okay with that. But I was confused by it because when I go somewhere nice or if I'm doing something new and I got somebody in my life, I want to experience it with them. And I want them to see all the things when I see all the things or whatever and stuff. So that part, I was more confused than thinking she was a bad girlfriend. I don't understand why you would want to travel solo
and
so
like,
much.
I would assume solo meaning like not even with friends either or family.
Yeah.
Because most of the time when someone says solo traveling, they're literally by themselves. My thing is, maybe it's because I actually like my boyfriend. Crazy concept, I know. But I think she's a bad girlfriend. Because how do you go?
Only if he doesn't want her to go. If he's fine with her going, I just don't understand their relationship. It's like all relationships. If you can be separated from the person for an extended period of time and not care,
this is why I say that she, and let me rephrase, I don't understand the relationship. I won't say that she's a bad girlfriend.
Okay, that's a more accurate way to say it, I think.
I don't know the complexities of their relationship, but and I can only speak from how I conduct my relationship and how we communicate. And so, like, I don't know what was going on with her. Yeah. But there is no way I want to go to one country, one state, one city.
Did she say 15 countries?
We're not talking a road trip to St. Augustine. We are talking getting on a plane, flying for, multiple hours.
Maybe he's okay with her going because he's doing something else while she's gone.
It doesn't make sense to me because most of the time too in a relationship, like I literally just called off my vacation days to match my boyfriend's vacation days. Y'all vacation days not matching up.
Yeah, like you don't have to go. They don't have to go on every trip. But if you are a traveler and he is not a traveler,
I'm more paranoid about going out of the country because I've never done it before. Like I just got my passport. Whoop, whoop. You also just got your passport for the first time. Shocker, but. And also too, because planes keep falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
I don't want to travel outside of the country without him because you don't know, especially in today's times, if you're going to get stuck, if you're not going to be able to come back easily.
And it's just generally, to me, not safe to travel alone. I mean, if you have to and you don't have a problem with it, fine. But like I generally, if I'm going more than day away or something like that, I want somebody else with me because you never know what's going to happen.
And then you don't want to experience the beauty of a brand new country with the person that you're supposed to love the most in the world.
Well, aside from what she stated explicitly, is given you like to travel and either A, he doesn't like to travel or B,
he can't afford it.
He can't travel for some reason. And so therefore y'all are kind of mismatched. If somebody that's going to 15 countries, they like to travel, that's their passion. And he's not going with you either because he doesn't want to or he can't.
And I think
that's kind of an unbalanced situation.
If he can't because of work-related reasons, like he can't take the time out, that to me that's a little bit selfish because you couldn't wait until at some point he has to be able to go with you somewhere.
Well, then, okay, as usual, there's a whole lot that we don't know. She's gone to 15 countries. have they gone to 15 other countries together? Like, is it just she's constantly traveling and he can only travel sometime?
I don't
like. What's the scenario?
No, I just how do you not want to just travel with your significant other?
Well,
is my
sometimes
question.
you can't do what you want to do. So maybe it's a situation where.
So maybe I'm crazy and saying I just wouldn't want to go at that point. I would have a less fun.
She has already said what she said. She said she is not going to put her life on hold.
Put yourself back in the position of being in a relationship, because you speaking from single, I'm speaking from with somebody. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you be like low key bored? I'm like, I don't care where I'm going. I don't care where I'm going or what I'm doing. I would be a little bit bored.
I would want someone with me, and it wouldn't even have to be a romantic partner. I would, because like somebody to share the experience.
No, I mean specifically. I don't mean just anybody. I mean specifically.
If I was in a relationship, I would not want to travel without my significant other. But if I was in a relationship, I would like
obviously
my significant other.
That's what I'm saying. But obviously there might be time like a business trip or someone's stuff that's not changeable.
Yeah.
But going to 15 countries, you don't have business in 15 countries. You don't have a necessity.
You don't know.
You don't have a necessity.
She might be a woman of the world.
Countries.
Like, you don't know. I would personally not want to do it, but maybe there's some extenuating circumstances we don't know.
And then the way she said it was just so like, I know it was for clickbait, but also it was just like, it's making your boyfriend sound like you could just, take or leave him.
Yeah, like he's a pet that you board somewhere and go.
She obviously doesn't see him as a permanent person in her life. She thinks he's a boyfriend temporarily.
Well, you're doing a lot of conclusion jumping.
I'm basing it on the facts that I have.
You're reading a lot into the situation. We don't know all of the circumstances. I do think that it is a little bit strange if you love travel that much.
Yeah.
And he's not going with you. And then, when she's okay, what was the phraseology again?
She said, and I quote, "Solo traveling to 15 countries without my boyfriend because I don't put my life on hold for anyone." To me, that's shady as I don't know what.
The wording of that.
I don't put my life on hold.
Kind of sus.
You low-key do put your life on hold for your significant other for some reason. She just wanted
to emphasize that she loves traveling and she's willing to do it by herself. She could have said that. But to say, without my boyfriend is either
not even just that, but because I don't put my life on hold for anyone. In other words, you're not important enough to me for me to adjust the way that I live.
As many of the discussions we have on this podcast, there's some problems in the relationship, at least from what we can see.
If I see her, if she didn't post that without his permission, I'm hot.
If she posted that without his permission, she probably does not have a boyfriend anymore.
You're going to be solo traveling for real.
Yeah, like she can solo travel as much as she wants because he read that and was like, okay.
It would have been different if she was going on a girl trip or something, but you're literally standing in the middle of the street by yourself talking about, without my boy, I don't need a man. And it's just
it kind of gives somebody that doesn't want a relationship.
And it's just like, if you feel like that, then why are you in a relationship, Buki?
Well, you know what? I'm going to mind my own black business. You go wherever you need to go, ma'am.
Some people are going to judge me and say that I'm boy obsessed or whatever. I am obsessed with my man anyway.
Y'all. I'm tired of her talking about him, but if she like him and that's how she feels, that's how she feels.
Don't act like you don't like him either.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway, moving on to Ask a Gemini. Mm-hmm. I thought this was a great conversation for us to have because someone tweeted, I believe they tweeted this, parents respect you more when they don't see you often. And I have a whole think piece on this. So, say what you think.
I don't know about respect you more. They miss you more. I'll co-sign that. But respect you more, like whatever respect I have for you, it is what it is, whether I see you or not. Like I don't.
Is this the story that we're telling?
I'm serious. Like why would I respect you more because I don't see you? That makes sense to me.
You did.
I miss you because I didn't see you as
miss
often.
Implies some sensitivity, some emotional.
So explain to me how you construed it as me respecting you more.
As let's give the viewer some backstory. When I was in college, I obviously lived in Tampa. I went to USF. My whole life was in Tampa, and I would visit home. Now I live at home, which it has its drawbacks and its perks, but we'll not get into that.
I wish my mama would let me.
The biggest perk is that I don't get charged rent. and I get free food and home cooked meals. Well, there's a lot of perks.
And stuff done for her that she doesn't have time to do for herself. So there's a lot of perks, y'all.
Anyway, but when I was at USF living my college girl life, you did not care about what I was doing, who I was with.
None of that is true.
Yes, it is.
And then that's not respect. No, I let you be an adult and have your space. Like, what was I supposed to do?
Exactly.
Well,
but
I mean, duh, we're in the same house
but now you don't.
No, it's not that I don't give you respect or space. What it is you making messes in my house.
No,
when you were in your apartment, I didn't care what you were doing.
You don't. I won't say you police, because at the end of the day, you let me do whatever I want to do. You just choose to argue and drag out things that don't need to be.
That's just common sense. If you were in your apartment making a mess, I didn't see that. No, mess. I'm not even. If you were in your apartment coming in late, I didn't see any of that. We're there together now, and we kind of aren't still, because like we have different hours or whatever. But it's not a matter of I respected you more when you weren't living in the house. It's just that I didn't see a lot of stuff.
I think in your head, because I was gone and I was in college and you knew how college was, in your mind, you could accept the fact that temporarily almost, I wasn't your daughter, I was a college student. If that makes sense. Like, I'm always your daughter.
That's not. I never differentiated.
Like there would have been times, like there could have been a scenario that happened when I was in school and a scenario that happens now, and your reaction would be completely different.
Well,
I feel the need to justify my whereabouts and my actions way more now than I did when I was in college.
So think about this. When you were living in Tampa, you were in college, you had your own apartment, and you decided to do something in Tampa, you were already in Tampa. But listen to what I'm saying. So you were already in Tampa, or you were very close to St. Peter, whatever. If you are living at home, which is not Tampa, they don't need to worry about where home is. But if you're at home and it's not in Tampa, in order to do the Tampa things, you got to be on the highway.
I don't even do Tampa things. What are you talking about?
I'm giving you some rationale. Before, most of the things you wanted to do were within, your radius of the school. Now, in order to do a lot of those things, you have to go a lot further. You got to be on the highway a lot more. There is coming home. Like if you go and do something late night and stay out super, super late, you still got to get home. So it's not so much that I care about what you're doing, because I still don't care. I worry about you being on the road. And people are crazy. And I know you're not going to do anything crazy, but I don't know what crazy person might do something to you. So it was not out of sight, out of mind, but I'm sure you did a lot of stuff that I didn't even know about in Tampa. I didn't have to worry about it because I didn't know you were doing it. But now I know when you're not at home, or I know when you're on the highway. So it's more concern and worry because it's right in my face. Before I couldn't see it. So it wasn't a matter of I respected you more. It was just a matter of I didn't see some of the dangerous stuff that you were probably doing to be able to say something about it.
I don't even do anything that's dangerous.
Well, not really. Like I said, I worry more about what somebody might do to you than what you're doing.
You're a natural helicopter parent. We all know this.
Honey, I'm a fighter pilot parent. I'm not a helicopter.
Yes,
I'm a fighter pilot. I will take someone out.
Yes, but I'm not a child.
And I know that, but you're going to always be my child.
Yes.
Girl, I am
this goes back to the
50-something, and my mama still sees me as her child.
Out of sight, out of mind. When you don't see me, you just assume that I'm employing the...
No, I just don't have to worry about it. If I know you're
okay, but basically you're proving the tweeter or the
you
X
said
or whatever.
I respected you more. No, I worried less because I didn't know that I needed to worry. I didn't know what you were doing.
But looking from the different perspective, it feels like you respected me more than you do now. Because now it feels like I'm a high schooler again living in my mama's house. So let's correct
this. It wasn't that I respected you more. You felt like you were more grown up and had more freedom of movement. It wasn't how I was. It's how you
It was a bit of both. It was a bit of both. Well, you had your life. You was occupied. You was doing your big one. I was doing my big one. We had our nightly conversations, and then that was that.
Yeah. I mean... Because I still, you still come and go and do whatever. I don't follow you.
I mean, yes, I do, but it's just like the constant questions and the...
Because I can see the dangerous stuff you do, and I can see when you're doing something
Or
crazy.
sending me on errands, like last night when me and my boyfriend go get me a coffee from the 7-Eleven.
Did y'all hear the part about no rent? Did y'all hear the part about free food?
That's not the point.
Did y'all hear the part about me doing things for her that she don't do for herself?
That's not the point.
So yes, if you tell me y'all are going to get something to eat and I want something to eat, bring it.
out the door as we were cranking up the engine.
And if y'all are out and I want some coffee and y'all haven't made it back to the house, I'm going to call you and or him and say, bring me some coffee, bring it. The end.
Just acting like, and then Uno reverse it. Then you have the nerve sometimes to decide you're going out.
Oh, y'all, we didn't even address that part. If I don't come straight home from work, I'm getting a text.
I have your location. I just look at it.
You just recently got my location. You just recently got that. But prior to you having my location, I was constantly being interrogated about where I was, and dare I do something out of the ordinary.
Y'all Gen X parents think y'all so grown.
Yeah, so like it goes
y'all
both ways. Let me
grown.
not do what she thinks is the normal thing for me to do. And then on top of that, when she's there, God forbid she call and I not answer the phone, or she have something to tell me and I don't want to hear it, then I go on the bad parent list. So it goes both ways.
But I do think that there is something to be said about when you're not actively looking at me and realizing every move that I make, you can have somewhat of a parental break of just like,
because then I could just be like, okay, she'll let me know if she needs me. But like I have, you cannot say I've ever stalked you or tried to keep up with, because no.
Oh, you've definitely stalked me before.
If I think that you're in danger, yes.
But you be unreasonably thinking that I'm in danger is the point.
I motherly think that you're in danger.
No, you jump to so many conclusions. Like if I don't answer your call after you can text me and then you can call me and I don't answer because I'm just not with my phone. You calling him up?
Yes. If I hear a news story, if I hear sirens, I get triggered because it's like, let me make sure she's okay. But that's being a mother.
And grandma does the same thing.
That's being a mother. Right now, if we don't let her know that we're back home after this podcast, she gonna call until she gets one of us on the phone. That's being a mother. Be glad that you got that, because there are some people that don't nobody know where they at and they don't care.
This is true. Yeah. But we could reel it back in at some point. We could calm it down a bit.
Whatever.
And let me be the adult that I am, the almost 23-year-old that I am.
The one that comes and says, Mom. Oh, the one that shops in my closet and shops in my pantry.
What does that have to do with being grown?
Y'all know the answer to the question. I don't even have to give
that
no
correlation to adulthood. You shop in grandma's house.
Food and your own necessities.
You will literally go to grandma's house and do the exact same thing.
I go
Tell
get
me
food.
I'm lying.
I don't shop in her pantry.
That's just because y'all don't wear the same sizes and stuff.
And I don't shop in her, like I don't go to her house to get necessities.
Well, I live there, so I can just easily walk in your room, grab what I need, leave.
Y'all hearing this? See, that's my
that's
side.
That's
my side of the argument.
I'm gonna have kids and still be doing the same thing. I'm gonna tell them, get something from your grandma's house. Like, what? Your point?
You're making my point. I don't have to make it. You're making my point.
I can be an adult and also obtain the surplus that is your closet and pantry.
Yeah,
and
that's I mean, pretty much, and I'm glad it's like that. That's how it is in our family. Like, yes, we want to be grown, but Mom, like that's just the way it is. And I feel sorry for anybody that don't have it that way. I really do.
Yeah, y'all missing out. Missing out on some helicoptering, but also missing out on some actual parental guidance and love and whatnot.
Yeah.
But moving on to Gemini Gems.
Mm-hmm. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of parenting, those of you that have young children, or even if you got older children that are into stuffed animals, they got a stuffed animal collection, whatever, make sure that you are laundering and or vacuuming the stuffed animals, because they collect a lot of dust, stuff from the air, particles or whatever, and it can trigger allergies. It can trigger allergies in the child. It can have, release allergens in the house. So if you got pillows, stuffed animals, that kind of stuff, clean them frequently, either by vacuuming them or dry cleaning them or throwing them in the laundry periodically, because a lot of people don't think about that. And some kids have a favorite stuffed animal that they take everywhere, especially if it leaves the house. Clean it when it comes back, make sure that it's not being a bacteria and germ collector.
Makes sense. And piggybacking off of the kids thing, white vinegar, alcohol, and diluted peroxide are safer to clean with when you have little kids versus, like the harsher cleaners that have bleach and like a bunch of different chemicals. And like there are the expensive, healthier organic brands. But if you're in a pinch, then you can use that stuff and it won't harm the kids.
Invest in a spray bottle.
And I wouldn't assume it harms pets either. Or it would harm them less.
Yeah,
maybe.
like the vinegar, diluted vinegar is definitely safe around children and pets. I would say peroxide would be too. I'm not a veterinarian, so don't hold me to that. But yeah, they are safe alternatives. And, you know, if you're cleaning a surface that is going to have food in the kitchen or whatever that's going to have food around it, alcohol and or peroxide or vinegar are all a lot safer than some other chemical products. So get you some spray bottles, have them around the house strategically, and use them for cleaning.
Well, with that being said, now that we've yapped y'all's ear off, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Period.